Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. If you are getting ready for your Ontario Grade 9 Maths final examination, then you are in the right place. In this video, we are going to review one of the most important topics on the examination, that is exponents. Now let's start with three exponent law. So here, if we have a power m times a power n, then this is simply a m plus n. So this is the first. If two bases are same, then we can add their exponents. The second is if am is divided by am. So in that case, we have am minus n. So when there is multiplication, we add them. But when there is division, we subtract them. And the third one is if a has power m and this is whole square, we simply write a m n. So these two exponents, they multiply. That is mn. These are three very important exponent laws. Now let's start with very basic question. If 5 has power 0, then the value of that one is 1. Now the reason is 5 power 0. So we can write this as 5 1 minus 1. This 0 means. Or you can simply write 5 2 minus 2, or that can be 5 10 minus 10. So this 1 minus 1 is 0. 2 minus 2 is same 0, or 10 minus 10 is also 0. Now, why the answer is 1? So if you compare these two relations, we can simply write this one as 5 1 divided by 5 power 1. Or this is simply 5 power 1, which is divided by 5 power 1. So they cancel each other and 1. That's why the 5 power 0 is 1. So same rule applies to this one also. If you compare this one with this law, that is simply equals to 5 power 2, which is divided by 5 power 2 itself, and it's a 5 square divided by 5 square. So they cancel each other and then 1. So what I want to show you is if any number has the indices 0, the power 0, then the value is always 1. Now, for example, if minus 100 has power 0, so that simply means minus 1, because this 100 has the exponent 0. Any number which has exponent 0 is always 1. And because this is negative, so the answer is minus 1. Now, what would be the case when there is minus 50 and the exponent is 0? So in this case, the value of anything which has exponent 0 is 1. So this is simply 1. So remember, minus 50 power 0 is not equals to minus 50 whole power 0. So these are not equal. When there is no bracket, this is minus 1. And when there is a bracket, there is just 1. So minus 1 is not equals to 1. So that simply means if we write minus 50 power 0 and then plus minus 50 whole power 0, it is simplified. So this is minus 1 and this is plus 1. The answer should be 0. If 2 has power of 4 and multiplied by 2 power of 7, that is now 2 power 4 plus 7. And that is equals to 2 power 11. Once again, this is the law of indices. Once again, this is the law of indices where we have m, a power m times a power n, then same base, but we had 2 indices. Next example, if 3 has power 9 and divided by 3 power 4, so we simply write this is next law where a power m divided by a power n, then we simply write m minus n. Again, when there is a multiply, you add those indices. When there is division, you then subtract those indices. Now that simply means 3, 9 minus 4, which is equal to 3, 4, 5. So next example, if 5 square whole cube, then we write this is 5 2 times 3, which is 5 times 6. Again, the law of exponent, a m whole power n, then you multiply those two exponents. Next example, if 7 has power 8, next 7 has power 2, and that is divided by 7 power 4. So in this case, we do 7 power 8 plus 2 divided by 7 power 4, that you can write 7 power 10 divided by 7 power 4. Now because there is a division, then you subtract those two exponents, and that gives you 7 power 6. There is another example. If minus 2 has exponent of 5, minus 2 has exponent of 4, and minus 2 has exponent of 3 here. So we simply write here, we can write minus 2, and because these two can be added, 5 plus 4. Now this is dividing, so we write here minus 3. Now minus 2 as the whole power of, if this is 9, minus 3, it's 6. Another example, 3, 4, exponent is 5, and this is multiplied by 2, 4 square. Now in this problem, first we look at the base. So this is 4, and this has base 4. So we add these two exponents, 5 and 2. 5 plus 2, 7. So these two are different from those base. So we multiply 3 and 2, and then we add the exponent of this base 4. That simply means we multiply 3 and 2, which is 6, times 4. The exponent is 5 and 2. So this is 6. Then multiply 4 this, the exponent is 7. So the next example, let's suppose 18. So 5 exponent is 6. It's a division. 3 and 5, the exponent is 2. Same here, this 18 is divided by 3, so it's a 6. This division sign, we then subtract 6 and 2. So that means 5 is the base. And then we subtract 6 minus 2. Simply means 6 and 5. That has the power of 4. Next, minus 24 and minus 3, that has exponent 7 divided by 6 minus 3, the exponent is 2. Again, because there is the minus and there is plus. This is pluses. So sign remains negative. Now 24 is divided by 6, which is 4. So minus 3 is exponent 7. And because of division sign, we just write minus 2, which is now minus 4. Then minus 3, the exponent is 5. Now let's go to one simple example. So 5 exponent 0 times 5, and then simply 5 exponent 3. So in this case, all bases same 5. Now here 5, the first exponent is 0. If there is no exponent, then we know there is always 1. So 1, and then the last exponent is 3. Now we sum them, then the 0 plus 1 plus 3 is 4. Now similar example, if 2 power cube and the next 2 has exponent 5 and the 2 has exponent 2. That simply means all same base. Now we add exponent 3 plus 5 plus 2. That simply means 2 has exponent 10. Let's try similar but little bit different. It minus 4 has the exponent of 3, and then there is 4 square, and then minus 4 exponent 5. Now the problem is this has minus 4 base, same minus 4, and this one is plus 4. Now 4 square is equal to 16, or you can write minus 4 is equals to 16. So when there is negative sign and the negative sign changed into positive because of a square, right? Because minus 4 times minus 4 is plus 16. That simply means you can write 4 square as minus 4 whole square. So we do same here, minus 4 cube times. So this can be written as minus 4 square, now times minus 4 or 5. Simply means the same base minus 4. Now we write 3 plus 2 plus 5, and that is simply minus 4 exponent. So let's suppose 3 has the power of 5, and this has whole exponent of 4. So in this case, the law of indices is if a m whole power n is simply multiply mn. Same here, 3, 5 times 4, which is equals to 3 times 20. Next, 5 square times 5 cube. So because of the same base, we simply write 5, 2 plus 3, which is 5 4, 5. So one thing to remember, when we have the same base, like the 5, but here we just add 2 exponent, which is 2 plus 3. But in this case, these 2 exponents, they multiply. So that's a different. The same base, but these 2 different exponents, they are multiplied. 5 times 4, but in case of same base, we just add indices. So remember that these two indices, they multiply, but these two indices, they add. So let's one more question. If 5 has indices of 6, makes 5 power of 4 minus, this is 2 power of 5 and divided by 2 power cube. Now in this case, so we can simply write this is 5, 6 minus 4. This is 2, 5 minus 3. Simply this is 5 square minus 2 square, which is 25 minus 4, and the answer is 21. Now here's a final question. So 3 square whole square plus 2 power 4 times 2 square minus 4 power 5 and divided by 4 power 4. Here is again, we multiply these two indices, 2 times 2, which is 4. Now in case of two bases are equal, then we add 4 plus 2 minus, and because there is a division sign, so this is 4, 5 minus 4. Now this is 81 plus 2 power of 6 and simply 4 power of 1, which is 1. I feel 2 power of 6 is equals to 64 minus 4. Now if you add and then subtract, the answer should be 141. This much for today. If you like the video, please don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next video. Till then, take care. Goodbye.